This one like improved my day so much.
What's your age?
36.
Are you single?
Yeah, I am.
What's it like dating women in New York?
It's great, man. The women in New York are there's a large variety. There's people from all over the world, super ambitious. If you're looking for like a high quality woman, this is the place to find them.
So would you say it's easier to date women in a big city like New York, or do people have a better shot in the smaller cities?
No, I think this is the place to do it because you got a lot of ambitious women that are super successful, that are career oriented, smart, beautiful, and I mean, you got a variety of women from all over the world.
But when you meet a woman who is career oriented and super successful, does that make it easier for you to date her?
Yeah, I think so.
How come?
She's obviously prioritizes her own success, so she obviously thinks intelligently about her future, so I think she would include you in that thought process.
But do you think that those women are okay dating men below them in their tax bracket, or do they want the guy who is at least making the same amount of money or more?
Do you really talk like that all the time, or is that like a voice for the interview? There's no fucking way.
It's however you make it.
No, dude. There's no way when you're talking to your homie behind the camera that's your voice. Wait, are you gonna break character? Wait, what was the question again?
Do you think
No, say it in your real voice, not in the...
That is my real
voice. No, there's no way that's your real voice. That's like a Bane character for Batman or some shit. Come on, bro. Say it in your real voice and I'll answer the question.
Do you think...
Come on, no.
Do you think...
Yo, you guys are with me. Shit.
Do you think...
I'm sorry, man. It's cool.
Do you think that high value woman, do you think that top earning woman...
Whenever he was trying to start back there, you can actually hear him like doing his regular voice for a second before he slips back into it. Like he's getting, it takes him like some concentration to keep in the voice, you know?
Are interested in dating men who are making less than them here?
Yeah, I mean, I think money shouldn't matter if you connect with somebody.
It's just fun. This is just one of those like incel accounts, you know, like those rage bait men going their own ways. You know, did you know that women suck ass accounts? It's just really funny for him to interact with like a regular ass guy.
What's your age?
32.
Are you single?
I am.
Let's say you were making $100,000 a year. How much would you want your man to bring to the relationship?
At least the same as me. Either 100,000 or more. If I'm making 100K, he should make 100K or more.
Why not less?
Just because I just feel like as a woman, I'm very like traditional. I have old school values, so I feel like as a
It's you when you want to make this like rage bait content for incels, you have to find women like this, traditional, wearing slim dress, tits out, pumps or like high heels, toes exposed. That's a big no-no. Who's gonna, you know, give you some like hypocritical jargon about how men are supposed to be the breadwinners or whatever. How much does this one have? 43. Oh, we came in early on this one.
woman, if I'm making that amount of money, you should at least be making that amount of money.
So would you choose a family over your career or your career over your family, being traditional?
I would choose family over career for sure. But I can't choose family if I'm the one making all the money. Mommy, I gotta make it.
So you want your man to pay for hair, nails, makeup.
But isn't that traditional though? Yeah, well the premise of this rage bait, right, is you have guys who are unpleasable because they hate traditional women. They hate the idea that they think it's hypocritical that they have to be the breadwinners, but they also hate women who have the autonomy and kind of like independence to run relationships themselves. They don't like equality and they don't like it when the women make more, but they hate the idea that a woman might expect you to make more. So they're always unhappy. Like there's no situation in which they wouldn't be unhappy. Except for, like, the only theoretical situation that I can think of that people who enjoy this kind of content would actually go for is a woman who makes a lot of money, but says, like, I would be willing to trade it all for a good husband, even if he made much less than me. Which is, like, a ludicrous, like, a woman with a very successful career who's like, no, the first, like, loser, sweaty incel who knocks me up, I would trade it all just for that guy and the family that we would have together. That's, like, the one line that they would go for. You know?
dinners, groceries, whole 9 yards.
I don't need that. So I own my own house. I take care of all my own stuff. I just feel like for a man to come into my life, I would prefer that he's already established, just like me, because I make money and I take care of myself. So I don't expect him to take care of like all of those things, but I definitely expect him to take care of himself and bring.
Well, that seems fair to me. I like this guy's orange.
What's your age?
43.
Are you single?
Man, I can't say the funniest version of this joke, but being white, man. 43? Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ.
What's your age?
43.
Are you single?
Kind of, sort of, but not really. You know what I'm saying? I'm married to the game, brother.
At your age, have you ever proposed to a woman before?
Nah, I would never do that. If I ever thought about getting married, we gonna get a shaman or something and do a tribal ritual. I'm not signing no paperwork with the government with my money and my greatness.
But why?
Yeah, I don't think a guy like this would probably be that interested in settling down. Doesn't really seem like his style, I think. I swear the women they pick for these videos are actors. Overwhelmingly, yeah. Well, maybe not overwhelmingly, but like, yeah, that has been known to happen lots and lots, so.
Do you as a man feel like marriage is a risk?
As a businessman, you know, you gotta go off the numbers. 60% of marriages end in divorce, and they always initiated by the woman, like 70%. So off those numbers,
Always 70%. Actually, the divorce rate's been going down for a while. I think it peaked in the early 2000s, and it's been going down for the past 20 years.
alone, I would never jeopardize my greatness, my millions, my glory to that piece of paper.
So you don't marry a woman, but you're with her long term. What happens next?
I mean, we just living life. We're going to go with the flow. You know, if she want to move around, she can. I'm not holding nobody hostage. You know what I'm saying? See, that's what happens. That's like the cage somebody in when they get that paperwork. No, we living free out here.
To the 43-year-old woman watching this now, who would go, you're not taking anybody serious without...
What is the, genuinely, what is the market for talking like this? Like, what demographic or what niche are you trying to appeal to? He sounds Haitian. He sounds like he's putting on a fucking accent, dog. He does not sound, that's not how anyone sounds. Nobody sounds like this.
Marriage, what would you have to say to that?
I say God bless them. You know, if you're 43 and you're a woman and you're complaining about marriage, that means you already past your prime. That is a fact. As a 43-year-old man, I got better with life. I'm better right now as 43 than I was at 23. I'm going to keep getting better. I'm going to keep getting more money. I'm going to keep looking better. I'm going to keep getting more women. It ain't going to never stop for me. But for...
Damn. You ever hear a guy talk and know he fears death more than you ever could? Like that, this is running. What's that? Who's that one guy from Parks and Rec who's like petrified of death? Like, are you? It's never gonna stop. 43. It's all up from here. There's no way anything. Entropy can't catch me. Chris Traeger, is that it? Chris Traeger? Yeah. That's funny. Single at 12. Okay, I'll do one more. Damn, he's posting a lot of these, man. That guy's months away from a knee injury he'll never heal from.
Very difficult to find a best match with the best interest. Everybody's in different place, and I feel like once you are at a certain age and certain page of your life, it's just so hard to find the best match in New York.
What is it that you do?
I'm a model. I represent Central New York on Miss Grand International, Miss Grand USA pageant.
What's it like when you meet a guy and you tell him that you're Miss New York?
Everybody's amazed. They're happy about it. They're excited to meet me, and I guess they're more stepping out. They're stepping into the relationship because I require a lot of emotional support and a lot of time to date me. So I guess that's a lot of work. I say I prioritize my work ethic more than my dating right now because it takes a lot of time to work on myself, especially in the pageant industry. You need to work every day and put a lot of effort. So dating
Okay, how is he going to ruin this?
is very last thing that I think about.
Could you see yourself dating an average guy who was working a 9 to 5?
Why would Miss New York date an average guy? What like just why would she do that? Why not? Because she's not average.
That's a very difficult question. Depends if that person is willing to give more their time, love towards me than just financially be ready for me. But I guess we need to be on the same page in financially too, but not less income than me.
Why couldn't it work essentially with the man who's stocking clothes at H&M?
I'm very stubborn and I'm a very ambitious person, and I feel like I want my partner to be ambitious too. So I don't feel like we'll be the best match in life.
It's so unresolvable, man, because a woman will have her shit together and she'll be like, yeah, you know, I have specific needs for my partner. A guy will have his shit together and he'll go in front of the microphone and he'll just be like, yeah, I'm only gonna get better, I'll never die, women my age are disgusting, I only like young women. And then everyone in the replies will be like, you go, girl, or guy, I guess. You're allowed to be like a picky, whiny bitch. You know, you're allowed to be like a fucking weirdo. But if a woman's like, I think I'd like somebody who's more, you know, aligned with my interests and my needs personally, everyone gets super fucking mad. I don't know. I just thought it was funny that this one went viral. That just like a normal guy, you know, like what happens when you don't line up your interviews ahead of time? You just find a regular guy. Because you know the prompt for this was supposed to be like, this is clearly a handsome dude. He looks relatively put together despite the pants. Like, let's get some incel shit out of him. Let's go like, no, women are bitches in New York, man. For fucking, they're such sluts, you know? But instead, he was just fixated on how stupid this guy's voice is. Aren't we all terrified of death? I think everyone's scared of death, but I personally am not. I will never age. I will never change. Everything's always going up forever. Nothing can stop me. Afraid of death. As long as we're talking about incel shit.
Okay, I'm Riley. I'm 24. I'm from Houston, Texas. And honestly, I'm down for any good adventure. I just got scuba dive certified and I'm planning to go to Australia this summer, so I'm super excited about that. And then I just picked up skiing like 2 years ago, and I honestly love any themed party. Like, those are like my favorite things to go to, my favorite things to plan.
This made me so sad. You shouldn't feel too bad for her because there are like a million quote tweets saying men deserve the loneliness crisis, all men should die, she deserves better than them anyway, etc., etc. Also, holy shit, this guy is winning the performative male off. Oh my god. The fucking the puffer vest, mustache, 70s glasses, mullet, like this is an incredible, it's the look, but he's got like all of it right now.
And I'm looking for someone that wants to be my adventure buddy, and it's someone that I can trust in and is going to be there for me.
Aww. If any gentleman would like to get to know Riley more, please step forward.
All these men are put off by her earnestness. They think that shit is cringe. Well, they're terrified. They're terrified of a baddie. See, all the women were like endeared by this, and all the guys are like, sorry, I don't know what the fuck these guys need. You know what I think a lot of it is, actually? I think a lot of guys are kind of terrified of a girl who has a bunch of interests on her own, because it means that they can't, like, project their interests onto her. You know what I mean? They can't, like a template, you know, like, ka-chunk, you sort of stamp your interests on them and they take them on.
They're nervous. They're scared. They're so scared. Come on.
Justice for right.
Hey Riley, we're gonna have you sit down, but thank you for introducing yourself. Yeah.
The girls are on her side. To be fair, Vosh, this is probably handpicked. This might be the gender war equivalent of Jubilee. Yeah, but you're talking about broader trends and tropes here, okay? Lifelong insecurity unlocked, unfortunately. She'll probably see all the comments defending her online. God forbid a girl have hobbies. Yeah. You see them all looking at each other, trying to gauge how the other men are reacting to her. Yeah, that's pretty true. It's like the guys were probably quiet because they were more concerned about how they came across to the other guys than they were the woman. Guys are so fucking gay, man. That's true. That's literally true. That's actually true. They really are. The video doesn't show it, but there was a tarp between them. Tarp? Still pathetic how they all care about affirmation, the losers next to them. What, like a, did you misspell trap, or do you mean... Oh, Okay. There was a curtain. A curtain is what you're looking. That's the term. A tarp is usually laid down on the ground. You're looking. It's a curtain, is what you're describing. So they were only going off the words there, not even her appearance. So what that does do is it makes it less rude that they were all like pogging and looking at each other. Doesn't really change the underlying dynamic. Men have to do a lot more legwork than women to generate dating leads, so them having standards is more gutsy. That's why they're treated differently. It's a complicated topic, I guess. We do like women are absolutely the gatekeepers to relationships in most contexts in American dating culture. That is definitely true. But like, there is an underlying pattern here of just despising earnestness and autonomy that is, if you're like, you've talked to women, right? Like broadly the case in heterosexual pairings. You know what I mean? It's wild, you know? It's crazy. Why are gender politics so in America, specifically with young people? The crazy thing is they're not even that here. Like, they're way worse in many other parts of the world, but they are getting worse very rapidly. And that's because like the average young adult is a MAGA kid or whatever. And the average young woman doesn't think it should be legal, if you can believe it. And this is pretty much what's happening in Korea too. Like the average young man in Korea probably thinks it should be legal. It's just crazy that the birth rate would be so low in Korea when there's literally like the same amount of men and women proportionally that there always has been. As a trans woman, a lot more guys would flirt with me when I was very unconfident. Yeah, unfortunately, that's not just a trans thing. I mean, welcome to womanhood, I guess. Yeah, a lot of guys are just petrified of confident women. It's pretty lame. I don't know. She came across as very confident. I really do think that was the line. That goes both ways. Sometimes the confidence thing. Do you think there are women out there who are like specifically going for low confidence men? Probably some, but that can't be as common. That can't be as common of a dynamic. Do you think this aversion to confidence has to do with upbringing? It's just pardon me for busting out the P slur. It's the fucking patriarchy shit. It's not. You don't have to. I know that being a feminist is cringe nowadays or whatever, and I apologize for that. Okay, well, listen, safe space. Okay, we're here to talk about it. But yeah, no, it's just the dynamic is that the guy is supposed to do all the moves, make all the moves or whatever, be the breadwinner, blah, blah, blah. And the woman is supposed to be this dainty, demure object that gets like flirted upon. Problem is, reality just doesn't work that way. It really never has. It's never actually worked that way. It's never actually functioned that way. We idealize it in media, but believe it or not, women have actually always had autonomy to varying extents, even in eras where they have very little legal power. It's you can't get caught by that. But feminists still want it that way. Feminists are hypocrites. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't even know. Anti-feminist in Vosh's chat. You know, feminism is very unpopular these days, at least in name. I think a lot of people are still in favor of like women's rights, but the term feminism isn't very popular. I prefer egalitarian. Yeah, if you're a fucking pussy, like egalitarian, Jesus. You talk about utilitarianism on your first dates? Nah, just don't be a bitch. You can say you're a feminist or whatever. It's just people don't like it. People don't like it. They don't like it because there's a bunch of associations. They've successfully turned feminism into a dirty word. Yeah, well, you know. Have some balls. Say it anyway. A writer in the Talmud wrote, men who act passive in sex or on the bottom with a woman will lose their spiritual male energy and be cursed with diarrhea. It's an ancient belief. Yeah, that's true, though. Probably. That is true, though. You'll either get accused of misandry or male manipulation, the latter being kind of justified. Listen, just don't be a fucking weirdo. Okay? I really don't think it's difficult to advocate. Look, you take a look at this dynamic, okay? What do you see? Look in your day-to-day world, okay? Just experience the world as it is. Engage with people, talk with people, hear stories, whatever. What do you learn, okay? The basic tenets of third wave feminist thought are empirically and inarguably true. They are so true that the most effective strategy that the right has had to make these ideas unpalatable is to package them in with a bunch of nonsense ideas that very few people believe in, like you know, like kill all men type people are serious or whatever, which they have no power. No one fucking cares about these people. You package them all together and then you treat it like it's all the same feminazi bullshit, okay? But the underlying ideas, right? You know, maybe it's like really fucking weird that there's a huge sub-community of young men online who are suicidally hateful of women for being both promiscuous and like cold shouldering them, you know, like it doesn't take a genius to look at this and understand that it's crazy. We're all South Korea now. We're all South Korea now. You're literally asking too much of this generation. They largely have no idea how not to be a weirdo and are so scared of being weirdos that they're paralyzed. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have much sympathy for this trend. I see it on Twitter all the time. 250,000 likes, you know? I would rather die than mildly inconvenience a woman, you know? Suck it up and inconvenience a woman. Who gives a shit? You're all people, okay? We're speed running the Korea path. We're like, I've said this before, okay? I've said this before. When you say something like you shouldn't rape women, all right? The problem with a statement like that, even though the sentiment is obviously correct, is that the people who need to hear it won't. And the people who weren't going to anyway will hear it and go, you're right, I will never talk to a woman again. That's the fucking issue, okay? The messages are not getting where they need to get to. It's very important that you proportion these messages correctly. Now you have a bunch of weakling, socially adverse young men who are terrified of talking to women because they're aware of the fact that 50% of their gender cohort are, you know, like praying for the day that rape gets made legal again. But inconveniencing women nowadays will get you labeled as a rapist? No, it won't. Grow up. No, it won't. It won't. It simply won't. You've been lied to. You can go outside and inconvenience tons of women in a wide variety of ways. You can cut them off in traffic. You can go through a drive-through, and then when you find out that the person on the other side of the microphone is a woman, make sure to ask, because some people have feminine voices but identify as men or non-binary people, and then you can take 50 minutes making your order. You can do anything. Find a female bank teller, okay? Make her day worse by asking to open an account, and then 20 minutes into the process, say never mind and leave. I don't fucking care. No one's calling you a rapist for this shit, okay? What the fuck is with you people? Why the fuck are you all so terrified? You're such pussies. You're so afraid. Listen, okay? You know who should be the pussies? Women. But they're not having these conversations. The women are having conversations about, like, how to identify whether a man will kill you. And then what do they do with that information? Hey, did you know a lot of guys are creepy fucking rapists or violent or whatever the fuck? They get all that information, they pack it in their head, and then they go out clubbing. They're crazy. What's your fucking excuse? The world's scarier for them than it is for you, and you're the ones who are doing this this pity party shit, okay? Jesus, just be conscientious of other people's feelings. If somebody gets inconvenienced or made uncomfortable, identify the behavior and stop doing it. That's it. That's how life is. God. This self-pitying bullshit where you assign yourself into the category of like, well, I'm one of the good ones, I don't even bother women, only makes it more likely in the long run that you end up bothering women anyway, because you're, rather than engaging with the processes that would allow you to become more social, instead you're just wallowing in self-pity and loneliness, so that when eventually your, loneliness gives in and you do find a woman who you want to talk to or whatever, you're less refined in your ability to speak with her and you're more likely to bother her. People are scared of being ridiculed or losing social credit. Being labeled creepy is a death sentence. Get off the internet. Get off the internet. No, it isn't. Getting labeled. No one labels you. What? Label you how? Tattooing it on your forehead? What? So someone, what? Where? Where is this happening? None of this is happening. So some people think you're creepy? Right. I think you're annoying. Can you still go outside? Can you still go to your local Starbucks, even though I, a popular internet person, have labeled you fucking annoying? Live your life. This self-pitying bullshit only increases the likelihood in the long run that you become a problem for someone else or for yourself, okay? It sounds like that chatter is in high school. Do your homework. No, you can't be in Oh, wait, summer break. I was gonna say it's school time. Do your fucking summer reading then, Jesus. Pick up a goddamn book. Reading is important. I was feeling depressed as shit last night, was scrolling r/forever alone. I realized those posts are cringe as fuck and chat sounds just like those posts right now. Well, let's not generalize to all of chat, right? Some people in chat, sure, may be fine. But look, I'm just saying it's something to be aware of, okay? That's all. I'm just saying it's something to be aware of. r/forever alone still exists? Why would you think it doesn't exist? You think someone would delete the subreddit just because you stopped paying attention to it? You solipsistic fuck?